Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 549 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Yes, I'm trying something very new. This is coming out of StreamYard. Felt very inspired by Dave, the film junkie. As you know, I'm a big fan of his, been watching him long before I started my own YouTube channel. He's a great friend, a great inspiration, and I decided to try this myself. Let's see how this works. Well, we'll give it a try. And if it doesn't work, well, I'll go back to my old ways of doing my show. But, this is kind of better because if this all works well, I don't have to sit here hours and hours waiting for it to render. It just goes automatically to YouTube. So this may actually be better for time constraints in any case. But enough of that. Let's get into something incredible that happened today. But in a little bit of review, this is a weird situation this year. 2020 has not been very kind to a lot of us. Not really that kind, but it can get better, and there's some good things in this world that are definitely worth fighting for. And this is something that Nerd Queens actually put up on a tweet, and it's a great review of these past months and what we could expect in the future, right? This is what they put up. It says right here, May, Zack Snyder's Justice League announcement. June, Man of Steel 7 years. July, Justice Con, which is being hosted by the Nerd Queens and Wonder Meg themselves. And we had a fantastic interview this morning. So please go and check out that video. That is Justice Con, shall we? It's a nice video with the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole and Meg, talking about Justice Con, explaining as much as they can, but also giving us, little hints that there will be quite a few surprises over at Justice Con. So be sure to check that out. But there is something over here that it was just revealed. August, DC Fandome. It's good to be a DC Comics fan again. Now you're wondering, wait a minute. Wasn't that just wasn't that just a rumor that's not really actually happening? Well, I can tell you this. It is happening. It's happening in a big, big, big way. It's huge. And I mean huge. This is something, an event that's happening in August. And we've, Geeks Worldwide did an exclusive, and they did drop that thing. But at that time, it was just a rumor because there was nothing official yet until today, like 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time today, like real today. And it is incredible. DC Fandome is a global experience. This is right here. This is coming off from DCComics.com themselves. Welcome to the DC Fandome. This is the official press release. Welcome to the DC Fandome, a mega 24-hour immersive virtual fan experience which brings the universe of DC to life and features the stars, filmmakers, and creators behind its biggest films, TV series, games, and comics. Join fans from all 7 continents for the largest gathering of talent, announcements, and content reveals in the history of DC. Of course, it's all coming from Burbank, California. Save the date and prep your cosplay on Saturday, August 22nd, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Warner Brothers will welcome fans everywhere into the DC Fandome. A free virtual fan experience where no badge is required. Imagine all the superheroes and supervillains you've ever loved fully coming together in one place to celebrate DC's past, present, and future, accessible for 24 hours at DCFandome.com. The global event will immerse fans into the DC Multiverse with new announcements from Warner Brothers Games, film, and TV and comics, as well as an unprecedented opportunity to hear from the casts, creators behind your favorite feature films and TV series, including Aquaman, the Batman, Batwoman, Black Adam, Black Lightning, DC Superhero Girls, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, DC Stargirl, Doom Patrol, The Flash, Harley Quinn, the Snyder Cut of Justice League, Lucifer, Pennyworth, SHAZAM, the Suicide Squad, Supergirl, Superman and Lois, Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans or Titans, Watchmen, Young Justice Outsiders, and coming this fall to theaters worldwide, Wonder Woman 1984 DC Fandome. A global experience, August 22nd, 2020. I'm telling you, man, this is DC's time. If you are a DC fan, this is our time now. I'm so happy they are finally doing this. This is something that, Disney and Marvel has done with their D23. They're able to skip San Diego Comic-Con in general, make it's a virtual event. So it's kind of, a little bit more, not as expensive as paying some other company like San Diego Comic-Con to host all these events. I don't think San Diego Comic-Con may be too happy about this. Maybe, Warner Brothers will give them some things to talk about. I mean, there's still, quite a few movies in there. There's still Tenet. There's still Godzilla versus Kong, things like that. So it won't be too bad. But still, yeah, this is an incredible thing for DC Fandome. The DC Fandome is the place to hear highly anticipated announcements and the latest news, see exclusive footage, and venture into themed worlds designed to entertain everyone from movie and TV superfans to gamers and readers to families and kids, with special presentations to engage fans in every time zone across the globe. You'll have the opportunity to have an experience that's all your own inside this virtual world. Fans will also get access to localized events featuring the faces and voices from countries around the world in their local language. No matter where you live, your age, or your level of fandom, there is something for you. Ann Sarnoff, Chair and Chief Executive Officer of Warner Brothers, said this: "There is no fan like a DC fan. For more than 85 years, the world has turned to DC's inspiring heroes and stories to lift us up and entertain us. With this massive, immersive, digital event will give everyone new ways to personalize their journey through the DC universe without lines, without tickets, and without boundaries. With DC Fandome, we're able to give fans from around the world an exciting and unparalleled way to connect with all their favorite DC characters, as well as the incredible talent who bring them to life on the page and screen." Amazing. This is, I love it. I just feel like this is just Jim Lee kind of talking to us, right? Or Jim Lee telling them this is how we should approach things, right? They're not just Snyder Cut fans. They're not just DC fans. They're not different fans. They're fans of the same thing, which is DC. DC includes everyone, right? There's something for everyone. I love it. Exploring the DC Fandome. The epicenter of DC Fandome is the Hall of Heroes, where you can experience a special programming, panels, and content reveals from a wide variety of films, TV series, and games available in several languages, including Brazilian, Portuguese, Chinese, English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. From there, navigate deeper into the DC Multiverse, exploring 5 additional satellite worlds, each with its own localized content and unique activities, and one world fully devoted to our younger fans. Now, what they're really talking about is this here, right? You've got the DC Fandome, this whole thing. This is the Hall of Heroes they were talking about. And you can go to the Watchverse, you can go to the Uverse, you can go to Kidsverse, Insiderverse, and the Funverse. Now let's go through each one. So the DC Watchverse, here's where you grab a seat, sit back and join our virtual audience and become completely engrossed in hours of must-see content from around the world. Everything from panels and exclusive screenings to never before seen footage featuring cast, creators, and behind-the-scenes crew from across DC Films, TV, home entertainment, and games. This is probably something that's probably where I'm going to be for the most part. DCEU verse. Venture into this world where the fans are the stars to see the most amazing user-generated content, cosplay, and fan art from around the world, including perhaps your own. This is a fantastic way to interact with the fans, have the fans getting included with DC. DC Kids Verse. Need a way to entertain your kids for hours on end? We've got you covered inside a special world which can be accessed directly at DCKidsFandome.com. This area features a broad range of family-friendly activations for your younger fans. DC Insiderverse. This creativity-based world contains a centerpiece video featuring legendary artist and DC CCO publisher Jim Lee Hero, president of DC-based film production Walter Hamada. I mean, that's probably the first time we're going to see him in public. And creator of the DC TV Arrowverse, executive producer Greg Berlanti, welcoming fans with a 101 style introduction to the DC multiverse. From there, go behind the scenes with the master artisans who bring DC to life in all its forms, from comic books to games, TV, movies, theme parks, consumer products, and more. DC Funverse. Take your DC fandom experience and gather cool shareables. Check out our comic book reader, do-it-yourself cool Wonder Woman 84 Golden Armor and Batmobile kits, plus digital giveaways and a store filled with merchandise, including some limited edition exclusive. That's you right there. This is the whole thing. And I was just, just playing around, but like, can you imagine if there was like a world like this, like a park like this? Like, I can imagine like walking in through here, seeing this incredible Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman statue Trinity. There's some nice franchise restaurants in here or something like that, chain restaurants, and then you go to these different areas of the park. They should make this park, man. Like, if they make this park, I'd go here all the time. Like, screw Disneyland. I'm coming to DC Fandom Land or DC Land. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick. And over here, you can go and watch movies. Maybe they'll have the latest DC film that you can watch in a giant IMAX screen or screenings or something like that. This is just busting out ideas what could be fun. Kids verse, absolutely. Teen Titans, a lot of kids things, the DC superhero girls and stuff like that. I mean, this would be a really sick theme park. I'm just saying, you guys got to get together and make an actual theme park. But, okay, it's cool. But virtual, this is awesome right now. Virtual, this is awesome right now. There's a whole bunch of things in here that I can link in the description below, so you can go ahead and read about it yourself. But, for when we were talking about DC Fandome, at one point we were like, we didn't think that Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to be a part of this, right? They never, in that GWW, Greeks Worldwide exclusive, they didn't talk anything about Zack Snyder's Justice League. They talked about the other movies. And so we figured, okay, well, there's still San Diego Comic-Con, maybe Justice Con, who knows? But, there's still that. There was still something about that. But now that it's official, that they're actually putting the SnyderCut of Justice League on here on DC Fandome, it is quite intriguing to see what other surprises and nuggets that only Zack Snyder knows about. Only Zack Snyder will reveal this stuff. Like, they're giving it to him to reveal what needs to be revealed. They are giving him the access to tell us what we need to know, what to show us at any given time. And like I said, Justice Con is really is a Snyder Con. So there's going to be Watchmen. There's going to be possibly, Dawn of the Dead, everything that Snyder has made, including possibly, I don't know, I'm just crossing fingers, Army of the Dead. And maybe Army of the Dead will be shown at San Diego Comic-Con as well. So But this is exciting, another nugget, another added excitement level after the announcement of Justice League. I'm still pinching myself like it's real. This is not a dream. But I want to focus on this. And I like that they added this in, like it's such a other than any other thing here. Do you see anything about Wonder Woman, about the Suicide Squad, about Black Adam? No, they really pulled this out to tell us that this, out of almost all of that, not that it's any more important than any of those, but they felt that this is important to pull out, to tell us that this moment, that the Justice League they're promoting now is not the one we saw in theaters. This is what they're trying to say. They're saying this about Justice League. Okay. About Justice League. This is not that Justice League. Why? Well, the Justice League screenplay is by Chris Terrio. Story by Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder, based on characters from DC. Superman created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. The film's producers are Charles Roven, Deborah Snyder, with executive producers Christopher Nolan, Emma Thomas, Jim Rowe, Ben Affleck, Wesley Collar, Curtis Kanemoto, and Chris Terrio. Chris Terrio is an executive producer on this thing. They're giving him a lot of credit for the hack job that was in Justice League, the hack job that was in theaters. So I'm so happy to see this, because there's two names you don't see in this. There's two names you don't see in this. Maybe three. You don't see John Berg. You don't see Jeff Johns. And you don't see Joss Whedon in these credits. They are telling us that this is completely different. This is something else entirely. So be prepared for an original Justice League by Zack Snyder, right? And it's exciting because I'm gonna show Walt's one here, because he collaborated best. All the official different Warner Brothers official accounts actually put out their own little teasers and little animation stuff like that. I'm not gonna show you all. You can go ahead and check it out. But like Batman v Superman had one, DC Fandome, Wonder Woman had one, SHAZAM, Harley Quinn, Aquaman, Justice League. Interesting why it's green font. Maybe they're kind of hinting at Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern. I don't know. So the Suicide Squad is kind of cute. And this is, the design is really like the old comics. That's why it looks like that. The Suicide Squad, and of course DC Fandome itself. So it's really cool. And there was a Man of Steel one that that is also part of this. But it's so cool to see the love for this. I mean, just they're no longer embarrassed by BVS. They're no longer embarrassed for those movies. They're embracing it. They're saying, there are fans out there that love this, and it's okay to love it too. Do not be afraid. Do not be embarrassed. Don't say that, I love Batman v Superman and run away. No, you stand there. You stand there proud and tell it to the world. You love what you love, and it's okay. Jim Lee is telling you it's okay. It's okay to love this. It's okay to not like that. There is something for everyone at DC Fandome. We are all included. They are including SnyderCut Fandome now. They're including all the other DC fandoms now. They're all including in all of us. We are the world of DC in the century. But DCEU is part of the world. DC, everything is part of DC. We are DC in general, and DC Fandome has really shown this. This is so inclusive. You got Jason Keelar being inclusive of it. Aaron Sarnoff, HBO Max, TNT. They made some funny clips today involving Henry Cavill's Superman. They are including everything. They're hyping it all up. They're telling us that we matter as fans. We matter, and they're embracing us, right? So this is fantastic. And just to kick it off, because Zack Snyder was later on kind of promoted, he put this out. I'll see you in the dome, and that is the DC Fandome. A global experience, DC Fandome, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Deborah Snyder also put hers out on Vero as well. I'll see you in the dome. Quite possibly the first time he's put DC on top of his Zack Snyder's Justice League as an official. This is definitely part of DC. It may be in separate universes because it's a multiverse, but it's part of DC. We're all included. This is such a major win for fandom all over the world. All over the world. I cannot stress you enough that, you know, this really is amazing to see this happen. Jim Lee has become so instrumental. I mean, I've heard this from so many people already, that Jim Lee has been so instrumental in this. We have to really, really thank him. You know what he said when he talked about when someone inquired about the Snyder Cut to him, and he said it right there. We gotta embrace them too. They're fans as general, and also. And I was saying that, I've been saying that this whole time, that he means well by that. He doesn't mean bad by that. He's not shoving us away. He means us well. And this clearly shows it. They do mean well now. Their apology was letting Zack Snyder release his Justice League. And in the same breath, it's not a one and done. It's not like that's it. We're through. What they're trying to tell us now is that we understand, we know, we see the market for it. We see that there is a love for a different set, a different tone, a different universe in this multiverse. And it's okay because it is a multiverse. And it's okay because there are so many different types of fandom within a genre, within a fandom, within DC. And it's okay to include us. And this is amazing to make it a global experience, because for a long time it was only at a San Diego Comic-Con, just like Justice Con, like DC Fandome. Everyone around the world can appreciate this. As long as you have a computer, a phone, some way to reach on the internet to interact with these cons. Yes, coronavirus sucks. Okay. But it gave birth to this new experience around the world. And it's something that we have to make do, but I'm glad they're taking advantage of not able to do a physical thing and actually making it virtual. They're trying to make do with what they have, and that is the internet, with the virtual chats, with what I'm doing right now, just staring at you, and you're probably watching me from across the world. This type of experience is unprecedented. This is the first of everything in the world. And also for DC as general, right? For DC in general. For the first time, I feel like I'm included in DC fandom. And for the first time, SnyderCut, the SnyderCut fandom is included in the DC fandom. For the first time, they're no longer segregating us. They're no longer ignoring certain fandoms, certain people, certain products that they've put out. They're including them. So yes, it is definitely a great time to be a DC fan, and a fantastic time to be a DC fan. So that is it. I want to thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. I'll see you next time.